The World Bank's collection of development indicators indicates that Uganda's tax revenue to GDP ratio was recorded at 12.46% in 2021. The ability to mobilize revenue depends on building trust, and failure to do so results in a lack of revenue collection. With many systems, including the well-known IFRI system, URA has substantially invested in technology to assure flawless tax collection this financial year.
It has the ability to reduce the cost of tax administration. It has the ability of creating easy access, simplicity, especially if people get to using the systems. These technologies I'm talking about, like the digital tracking stamps, what you people don't know, in spite people say taxes are killing business. If your business is struggling with tax, you are allowed to come to us and tell us. Here we have a program called voluntary disclosure. You say, guys, I know Mumanja, 4 billion shillings, but I don't have that money now. Can you give me a payment plan? And we will give you a payment plan. But it is human nature. People still default on these payment plans. So all of a sudden, you have a backlog of taxes that ought to have been collected, but are in arrears. So the other aspect we want to focus on is to be able to more effectively, because that arrears management can also be abused. If the people managing it are not of integrity, you begin giving arrears to everybody and everybody. So monitoring and focusing and managing those processes is another way for us to be able to collect what we are supposed to be collecting. We are also going to focus a lot on sensitization and tax education. You may have realized that we are very big now on tax education. And that thing we have proven.
He further added that sensitization is one of the priorities that the URA is planning to use to encourage payment of taxes voluntarily by the taxpayers without any supervision.
We're going to focus a lot on sensitization and tax education. You may have realized that we are very big now on tax education. And that thing we have proven. Many people, when they are caught on the wrong side of the law on taxation, the quickest excuse is I did not know. And it passes. Your MP will buy it, the minister will buy it, even our Commissioner General will buy it because you did not know. So we are very big on tax education. You must have seen our mobile tax offices. We now have 2 buses. We call them the Tujenge. We are traversing the country basically to teach people, to assist people, to handhold people. We have taxpayers who, when they register for a team, we have to go and teach them their rights and responsibilities. We teach them on how to file a return. We remind them on when to file a return. And this process can take a period of between 4 to 6 months. That is what they call hand-holding. We are doing that just to make sure we are converting people. Long are the days where we just go and, close shops. I think there are some shops that had been closed in southwestern Uganda recently because of some of our interventions. It was fire here. The question is, who told you to close? Why would you close? Have you talked to them? Have you educated them? So these things that engagement and education is taking more privilege. And we think we shall get more people voluntarily paying taxes.
On the other hand, according to Walugembe John Kakungulu, CEO, Federation of Small and Medium Enterprise, he insists that as much as the government is expanding the economy, it should look at where to invest and catalyze the economy in order to help with the revival of businesses that have losses.
Stick to correction 10.7 trillion, they should have really looked at where to invest to catalyze and to stimulate the economy. We think those measures are insufficient. A lot of money is going to support people at the bottom of the pyramid, which is a good thing, but if you need money and a lot of money in the short term, then you need to see, okay, these people from whom are getting money, what is their return, their return and their taxes and so on. And I think that hasn't come out very well. But we believe that it's an ambitious target. They've not introduced any new tax measures, which is a good thing.
Uganda is increasing tax collection with a target tax-to-GDP ratio of 18% by 2023 to 2024. This means that 47% of Uganda's budget is funded by tax receipts, with the remaining funds coming from borrowing. Uganda's GDP is 13% lower than the average sub-Saharan Africa, which is 16%. Uganda would need to increase its ratio to 26% of GDP in order to completely cover its expenditures.